Hi guys, Jared here with Day Traders FX, and it's time for the daily video update. We've seen some interesting price action in the markets lately, and I don't think we're done with it. I don't think the crazy movement is over yet. Let's have a little look at how the futures markets have behaved today. You can see that we're just about a half hour away from the close. Dow looks like it's going to end somewhere in the 50 to 60 point down area. S&P's not looking so good. Gold's down a bit. Oil's down. Everything's down. Yet we're not seeing any kind of a dollar rally, which is a little bit odd. Typically, when we see, a couple of days of down here, we're seeing some dollar rallying. We're just not seeing that happen. So we're going to look at that chart in just a moment. As far as news goes today, we haven't had any major U.S. news. We had some Canadian news, and we had some UK news, and that got the pound dollar definitely running. The meeting minutes really got things going there. Coming into tomorrow, Thursday morning, we've got three decent U.S. reports. They're not huge, any one in themselves. Existing home sales is a pretty decent one, but unemployment claims pretty basic, and the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index is okay as well. We're still seeing the dollar index really bouncing around this just 79 something area, kind of between 79.50 and 80, just still hopping around in there. Nothing too surprising, just business as usual on there. Now, as we look at the charts here, we see a lot of kind of chopping around. The euro made a little attempt at that 50% fib. This is from the low of the year to the high of the year. 130.50 is the 50% fib level, and we're having a heck of a time getting below that. The market's tested the 130 level several times, tested 130.50 several times. It's tested 131.50 like a bajillion times. It continues trying to break through that level with little to no success, and now we're just kind of stuck in the chop in the middle here. We took a trade above 131.00 this morning, grabbed some pips out of that, and then this has continued to consolidate. Now, this is going to take some active trading, and we may or may not have pending orders set on this, so just be ready to watch these levels. 131.30, if the market opens above this, this is our daily pivot. This is a little bit of a high right here. This is what stopped the market today. An open above that should be a quick 20 pips to 131.50. Just a quick 20 pip profit. Whether we break 131.50 or not, that is a big, huge, fat question mark, so we don't know that yet, but if we do break this 131.30, we can count on a test of 131.50. So look for just a quick little run up in there. Now, once again, up at this 131.50, it's anyone's game. However, if we get back below 131.00, I think this is a pretty decent little sell opportunity that we'll have here. You can see that the charts have kind of really started to chop around here. We're getting a little bit of a push above the 4-hour moving average and so on, but it's just really channeling here and has been for the last couple of months now. So we're going to look for a break. 131.00 is good. If it gets below that, I think we're going to have a nice run into 130.50 once again. So there should be a fairly easy 50 pips right there. So look for that, and we know what's going on here. Otherwise, we might get a little test of this 131.50 and then a run down into 130. So there's some levels to work with for the moment. Keep an eye on that. Not too much to do on the pound dollar. We had our buy order set at 159.40, excuse me, and you can see that went pretty well. So far, it's ran just about 100 pips, but we were looking for just an initial run into this big support or resistance right here, which it got there and really had a hard time doing anything else beyond that, and then gave us a nice little breakout and continuation. I don't know what I want to do with the pound dollar at this point. It's now coming up into these highs right here, and I don't know what this pound dollar is up to. So I'm going to stay out of it for a little while it just continues to chop and chop and chop. We might see some little short-term trades coming up in the UK session, but nothing for the moment. Euro yen, on the other hand, I'm liking this euro yen. This thing is just kind of continuing to bounce up this trend line, and it's trying to do a couple of things here, and so far not going anywhere too major. But I do like 106.20.30, and it's actually moved up just a little bit. 106.30 is probably okay, but 106.20 might be a little bit more confirmed to sell this pair. So 106.20.30 right here, and that'll be a nice trend line break, and that'll get us back below this this kind of major support resistance zone right here. So looking for that to sell the euro yen 106.20. Keep an eye on that. As far as any buy opportunities go, you can see on the 4-hour chart here, there's kind of this little short-term trend line, and there's kind of this resistance right here. You can see that that's about 106.85, not too far from where the market currently is. It's going to be coming into the 4-hour gaps and into some of these areas, so I don't know how much I'm excited about buying this pair. I'm a little more interested in selling, but I would say safely that I don't have much of a buy interest anywhere on here yet. There's that little trend line right there, so keep an eye on that. It's a pretty nice little trend line, but it's going to get pretty choppy as we get up in there, so just be careful on that one. But there is some buy entry area, but I really do prefer the sell on this one. Pound yen hopping around, kind of following that pound dollar. I'm really liking the Aussie dollar right now. Here's our level. Remember our level yesterday, which was 103.85, and the Aussie dollar made a break above that. We talked about getting back in on the test, and it made a nice little push up above that, and it's just really kind of bouncing around here. I really feel like 103.80, 85, kind of those two little areas there, but ultimately 103.85 is a good area. I think if we get back above that, I'm gonna buy this pair and see if I can take it back up to some of these highs here, about 104.50-ish, 104.40, 104.50, so that should give us some nice 50-60 pip runs. Otherwise, if it's not able to do much there, then I'm going to definitely be selling it below 103.40. 103.40, this little double bottom right here, I will sell the heck out of this thing and take it on down into the 102.50, 60 area. So watch the Aussie dollar below 103.40. That should be a pretty good little run there. And then last but not least, we have gold that has made a little bit of a run here. And so gold is continued to hop around, not really do much. 1660-ish on the top, about 1636 or so on the bottom. We got to get gold out of this channel before the currencies are going to go anywhere. And that's why they're not going anywhere, is because gold's not going anywhere. It's kind of stuck in this channel. It's got to get out of that before we can get any clear direction. So we're just going to watch and wait for that to happen. Euro Swiss francs not doing anything exciting still, but we've got great setups. Once again, Euro dollar's got some good setups. Euro yen probably a little bit further out, but definitely good setups. And Aussie dollar is probably some of the better setups for the more immediate time. So best of luck, guys. We'll have more updates posted in the chat, and we'll see you in the chat. Thanks, everyone.